What's going on, you guys? Welcome back to the channel and welcome back to another video. So in this video, let's talk about what are ND filters and why should you have one of these things. This is an ND filter. Let's get into the video. An ND filter is a neutral density filter. That's what ND stands for. So why do you need one of these ND filters? So when you're filming in a camera setting called manual mode, you are dialing in settings to your camera so it stays consistent. This is ultimately going to allow you to get the perfect look for the image that you're going for. So let's say 24 frames per second, cinematic mode. You're dialing in 24 frames per second and you're setting your shutter speed to 150. Let's say that you want to shoot 30 frames per second and you have to dial your shutter speed into 1/60. If you're shooting 60 frames per second, you also have to dial in your shutter speed to 1/25 or 1/20 if that's what your camera allows. Settings just like that. If you want to go into a little bit more detail on what frame rate and shutter speed have to do with each other, you can check out the video link down below, but I'm not going to go too far into detail with any of that in this video. But let's get into it. So let's say that you're filming outside. You walk outside, you have your camera rolling, and you're ready to start to film. You have your settings dialed into, for myself, 24 frames per second, and the shutter speed dialed into 1/50, and all of a sudden, this happens. It goes from perfect lighting that you just dialed in to the clouds moving away and the sun coming out, and it's just blasting and blaring and washing out your footage, just like this example here. So what do you do about this? There's two different ways that you can compensate for the light being so bright, but one of the ways is actually improper. It's not the best way to go about compensating for the amount of light that's coming into your camera lens and your camera sensor. Now what you can do is you can crank your shutter speed higher than the setting that you have it at, which is 1/50. You can crank it to 1/125 or higher, or whatever it's going to look best at, but you are also sacrificing your shutter speed and it's not going to be true to the form of what 24 frames per second should look like. So the second option is to get a ND filter, and this thing is great because let me just show you what happens. So let's go back to the scenario of the clouds moving away and the sun coming back and just destroying your footage. So right now I'm going to crank the key light brightness, go all the way to 100, and that's blowing out the footage. It's just washed out. Background's a little bit washed out as well. And what we're going to do is we're going to take this ND filter and I'm going to screw it onto the lens that I'm filming with right now. So here we go. Here's the ND filter out of its case, and what I'm going to do is screw it onto the camera lens, and here we go. Now, as I'm screwing this onto the lens, you can tell that you can barely see me in the image that you're watching. But in just a couple seconds from now, what I'm going to do is now move up the ISO to where you can visually see me a lot clearer. So we are at about 16,000 at the ISO, and we're practically back to normal. And there you go. And this is what an ND filter does. An ND filter kind of works as sunglasses for your lens. If you were to walk outside without sunglasses on a bright sunny day, your eyes just cannot handle that amount of brightness from the sun. What would you normally do in a situation like that? You would either wear a hat or something like that to block out some of the sun so you could see, or you would slap on a pair of sunglasses so you are able to visually see what's around you. I'm at 1/50th at f4 and ISO is at 16,000, and we're pretty much back to our normal look. And you can dial it in even more in post when you take the clips in to edit them, adding more color, adding more brightness, adding more exposure, adding less contrast, kind of just dialing it all in from there. But as long as you can kind of get your image back to normal using an ND filter, this is the way to go. Now right now I'm using a Peter McKinnon Polar Pro #2. This ND filter is called a variable ND filter. What you can do with this ND filter is you can dial in even more or less of what you want as your, I guess, sunglass look. So if I go to 7, the image gets a little bit darker. If I go to 8, it gets a little bit darker. If I go to 9, we're at the lowest. We're at the darkest. Again, you can't really see me too well, but let's go all the way back to 6, and you're back to that look that you want to get. So That's another thing too that you can get if you're looking into getting ND filters, is that you can get a variable ND filter. And these are great because you don't have to keep popping on different variable ND filters, because you can. You can keep adding on to your ND filters, but your lens will look like it's from here out to here by the time that you get to about 5 or 6 ND filters on your lens. So it's great to have a variable ND filter because you can dial it in and you can get your shot, especially if you're a run and gun filmer just like myself. So what does it look like again if this variable ND filter is not on my lens? So let's take the variable ND filter off so you can see once again what it looks like without the ND filter. Get ready, shield your eyes. And wow, holy cow. I didn't change my ISO because my ISO was already cranked to 16,000. So it looks even worse. So one more time, let's put on the ND filter without changing any camera settings. Let's go. And we're at 6 on the docket for this ND filter. We're at the lowest amount. And boom, we're right back to where we were. You guys, I hope this video helps you out. I hope this video kind of gives you a little insight of what ND filters do. This is just a very general concept of what ND filters can do for your camera. If you have a DSLR camera or a mirrorless camera, I'm sure that you can get ND filters for your iPhone or Android phone if you do shoot on any of those as well. If you are shooting on your iPhone or Android phone and you're shooting in a, let's say, automatic mode, like your iPhone or Android's native camera app, it should compensate. The AI in your camera should just get the lighting to where it needs to be. But for those that shoot in manual mode, this is going to come in handy so much because you can keep your shutter speed and your frame rate in tandem. I'm going to end this video right here. If you guys have any questions, comments, or concerns about anything that we just talked about in this video, let me know in the comment section down below. I would love to try to answer those questions for you. If you are new to the channel, hit that subscribe button because there's more videos like this coming your way. I'm going to peace out for now. Thanks for watching. It's been real. Keep it real. You know what it is. Deuces. Shoo.